Ian, the Dragons at Ravenhill on Friday night, a very important game for Ulster to get back on the road again, getting the winning way.
It is definitely. Obviously, we've had 2 weeks off, which have been enjoyable. We had a few days off completely, and then a great week last week, led by JD and the coaches, and we're all just really ready to go. We know the Dragons flip will be a tough game. They hammered us over there at the start of the year, and they just really bullied us and beat us up. And obviously last season when we played them at Ravenhill, it was Ruan won us the game again at the end. So we know it's going to be tough, but we hope to sort of get into a good pattern of play early doors and hopefully get the win.
This part of the season is sort of the moving time for Ulster, the Six Nations time, when a lot of the teams have players away involved in international squads. Ulster seem to do reasonably well at this stage.
I think that's usually because we don't have many boys away. Obviously there's potential we lose 5 or 6 to Ireland this weekend and Simon Daniele to Scotland, so there'll be a good few missing, but I think the core of the team's pretty much still there with John and Johan and Ruan and whatever, and so I don't think it'll affect us too much, hopefully. The 2 weeks off and the few new faces will probably mean that we don't start off all that smoothly. On Friday night there'll be a few teething errors, but hopefully after a while we'll settle down and get playing the way we know we can and get into our patterns and produce a good performance at home.
And the weather this week hasn't been too bad, training's gone well?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. We've been inside a lot over the last couple of weeks, but we managed to get outside here on Monday, and for a change there was hardly any wind, and it was really good, a really good session, and we just feel that we're playing really well with ball in hand, and the good conditions suit us, and we're the kind of team that like to move the ball about a bit at times, and obviously Friday nights hopefully to be dry and not too windy, so hopefully we can play the way we like to do and get a few scores on the board.
What about your hamstring?
Yeah, it's sweet.
Well, the interesting question would be kicking. The last couple of games, Ruan's been kicking. You sort of protecting your hamstring a bit.
Yeah, I mean before Leicester, I'd obviously hurt my hamstring and I'd been sick for a few days, so I hadn't trained. So I sort of just said to him, if he'd take over the kicking, because as kickers you don't really get the recovery when there's a penalty and stuff, and he was happy enough, and obviously he kicked incredibly well against Leicester, kicked well against Claremont, so I mean it's up to him if he wants to keep kicking on Friday night or whatever. I mean the good thing is the two of us enjoy it, but also don't mind if we're not kicking, so it doesn't affect the game either way. So if he wants to kick, he can kick, or if I, whatever.
And when would you make that call? Is it done in training or before the game?
We chat about today. Obviously he had his wee girl yesterday. Congratulations to him for that. But it depends. Like if he gets enough practice in this week, then I'm sure he'll kick. Listen, he's kicked enough over the last couple of years not to worry about not having kicked yesterday. He kicked today, hit the ball nicely. At the minute he's kicking, but if he changes his mind, whether he doesn't get enough sleep or whatever, we all know how that can be. So listen, it doesn't affect either of us. Hopefully both of us can knock them over when required. I
thought it would be the coffee club would have decided you had a competition on a
No,
Thursday.
he couldn't afford to keep losing, so that's what he told me. He's pretty tight, so no, it's just whatever. Because of the weather and we've trained inside a lot, we actually haven't kicked outside as much as I would have liked. So the sessions we probably haven't done sort of as long and as good a ones this year as perhaps last year. So I think that's why whenever we get outside we sort of got to make the most of it.
Ian, have a good night Friday night and hopefully a win.
Cheers, Baker, thank you.